What is up, you guys? Glitches here, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got an exciting video for you all, but before we get into the details, I gotta give a huge shout out to Stoic Studios for sponsoring today's video. They were kind enough to send me a founders pack to get early access to their latest title, TOWERBORNE. I've been having a total blast playing this game lately, and they were hoping to have me make a video for you guys going over the core gameplay mechanics, give you my first impressions on the game, and also bring you guys up to speed on all of their latest announcements. So without any further ado, let's jump into it. So TOWERBORNE is the latest action RPG from Stoic Studios, the creators of the critically acclaimed Banner Saga series. Unlike their previous tactical RPGs, however, TOWERBORNE is a side-scrolling action-adventure beat-em-up with a ton of RPG elements added in, that features both single-player and four-player cooperative gameplay. Set in a post-apocalyptic fantasy world, players step into the role of an ace, a powerful warrior resurrected by mysterious forces to protect humanity's last refuge, the Belfry. The game officially launched on April 29th for PC, and it is also compatible on Steam Deck and is now a part of the Xbox Game Pass on Xbox S and X, with full crossplay and cross-progression support. So regardless of what platform you're playing on, all of your character data will carry over, which is awesome. With that being said, let's dive a little deeper into the world, the gameplay, and features that define TOWERBORNE. In TOWERBORNE, humanity's greatest city, known as the City of Numbers, has been shattered by an unknown calamity. The few surviving humans have had no choice but to flee and take refuge in the Belfry, a massive towering fortress that looms over the landscape. Outside the Belfry, the land is overrun by corrupted creatures and ancient horrors that threaten the remnants of civilization. As an ace, you're not just a warrior, you're someone who has already died and been reborn, then granted supernatural powers to fight back against the darkness. Why were you chosen though, and what truly lies beyond the Belfry? Throughout the game, players uncover secrets of the past, battle monstrous forces, and help expand humanity's last stronghold in hopes of finding answers to those questions. Now, in terms of gameplay mechanics for TOWERBORNE, at its core, it is a fast-paced, skill-based action RPG with a side-scrolling beat-em-up combat system. Within this combat system, players can choose between 4 distinct combat styles or classes, each offering a unique approach to battle. First up, we have the Rockbreaker, a close-range brawler with high mobility and devastating melee combos who uses massive gauntlets as a weapon. Next, we have the Sentinel class, a well-balanced fighter with strong defense and the ability to counterattack with their sword and shield combo and parries. Moving on, we have the Shadow Striker, a fast, agile, dagger-wielding combatant with quick strikes and crazy evasive maneuvers. And last but not least, my personal favorite, we have the Pyro class, a heavy hitter wielding a giant war club that deals massive area of effect damage to surrounding enemies in the form of burn, poison, or other status afflictions. Each combat style has unique abilities, combos, and special moves, allowing players to customize their playstyle how they see fit. We'll talk a little bit more about that and how it all works in a minute, but for now, let's jump into exploration and progression. In regards to exploration, TOWERBORNE features a hex-based overworld map, where players unlock new regions, discover secrets, and complete missions. Missions can involve a variety of different things. You could be defeating bosses, rescuing NPCs, uncovering hidden lore, and also collecting rare resources that you use for upgrading your equipment later on. Now, some areas may be locked behind main story progression, others may be locked behind skill challenges or even powerful enemies, but that, in my opinion, really encourages replayability. Anytime you hover over a map tile or mission, you'll notice that there is a difficulty tier that currently goes up to tier 5. In order to access these higher difficulty tiers and ultimately score higher quality loot, you'll need to do 2 things. First being to increase your equipment's total overall gear score. Once you reach a decent gear score milestone, you will then be able to complete what's called a skill challenge. These skill challenges are found by interacting with the door in the Belfry Tower, located right behind Courage, the NPC, near the training area. You just click on the door, select which current skill challenge you qualify for, and click the door to enter. Once in the challenge room, you just ring the bell, begin the challenge, and if you successfully complete it, the corresponding difficulty tier will then unlock across all surrounding hex tiles on the overworld mission map, allowing you to go back and replay those tiles at higher difficulties. I'd also like to mention that all of the hex tile missions that you encounter are procedurally generated as well, so when you go back to replay certain tiles at higher difficulties, chances are the level layout and even the enemies that you will encounter will be completely different every single time, which is really cool in my opinion. Alright, so now that we know how the progression system works, I wanted to take a second to talk about how we build our actual character and customize our loadouts. I also probably want to take a few seconds to talk about the Belfry Social Hub as a whole, and kind of show you some of the different points of interest that you're going to be interacting with on a regular basis. So the first thing I can probably show off is the bounty board. This is something that you will unlock pretty early in the game after you complete a few story missions. Every day this will reset and give you some generic little side bounties that you can activate 3 at a time for, and by completing these and returning them to their corresponding NPC, you'll be rewarded with a bunch of writs, which is a special currency used to unlock tiers in your cosmetic battle passes, which I'll show off here in a minute. The other thing you'll interact with on a regular basis to the left over here is the world map. This is where you'll go to teleport back to the hexagon world overview map and start taking down some more missions. Over here we have the mirror. This is where you can change your character's appearance. And then last but not least, for interactable NPCs, just right of the bounty board, we've got a couple NPCs here that sell weapons and armor, and a little forge here that can dismantle old gear that you don't want and upgrade gear that you currently are using in your build to increase their effectiveness and also increase the piece of gear's current gear score, which is one of the key things you're going to be trying to do to get to those higher tier zones. So keep that in mind. I will quickly mention that all of these upgrades are going to cost a special dust, and there's going to be different colored dusts depending on the difficulty tier that you're trying to upgrade, and usually you typically get those dusts pretty much guaranteed at the end of every mission run in the final chest. So you can also get them from breaking destructible objects during each of the missions as well. So try and break everything that you see, because sometimes dust can randomly drop from those, but that is the random resource that you use to upgrade all of your equipment. But moving on to the equipment itself, I won't go too much in detail here. I'll probably make a whole separate video for this stuff, but just know that for armor, it is broken up into 5 separate pieces, and within each of those pieces, you have different quality tiers, starting out at the lowest level, gray, then going to blue. We have a green one, which I currently don't have a helmet of. I probably have one in the shoulder pads. And then purple is typically the mid to late game pieces that you're going to have the most. From what I'm told, there is gold legendary pieces as well. I just haven't encountered one yet because I kind of just started out, but keep an eye out for those as well. The other thing you'll notice on these different armor pieces is the black little squares. That represents how many times that particular piece of armor can be upgraded. So that is where you'll go to that little forge that I just showed you guys to upgrade that. And obviously these pieces can be upgraded a max number of 2 times. You also have the tier level of the piece of armor in the bottom left corner. And then on the weapon, the helmet, and the chest piece, there's a little icon in the bottom right hand corner, which is the aspects. So if you go into the aspect menu on that particular piece, these are another special item that will unlock as a reward from chests randomly as well. And what they do is they add bonus stats to that particular piece of weapon or gear. And they will drastically change, in my opinion, the way your build will play. So I recommend that you look at the core stats of whatever weapon and armor you're using. Like this one, for example, this chest piece has bleed duration. So when I go to equip a basically aspect on my weapon, it would benefit me to find a aspect like this one, for example, that will inflict bleed whenever I do a combo finisher. So it kind of synergizes. So you want to look at the base stats and then basically sync up whatever aspects that you currently have that best suit the playstyle that your currently your build is running. Just a little pro tip there to make it as efficient as possible. Chest piece, that has its own set of aspects as well, and then the helmet. So collect and loot up as many of these as you can. These have their own tiers as well, and they will drastically boost your damage output and the effects of your build overall, so keep an eye out for those. Moving on, we have these two slots here. The first being your light focus skill, and the second being your heavy focus skill. These you unlock from your character's skill tree. I'll go over that in a second. And last but not least, in the final slot, we have the Umbra slot. These are cool little creatures that basically spawn from the ebb, they call it, which is basically the spirit realm in this game. And they, long story short, aid you in combat. All of the ones that you collect have unique different abilities that can suit different play styles. So kind of select the one that matches the style of build that you're running. And how you get these, one of which I know you get straight through an NPC quest, but for the most part, you gain them by clearing out their corresponding mission tiles that are scattered around the far different corners of the map. And you can tell that it is an Umbra tile by the summoning totem set piece that's sitting on top of the tile. I'll probably throw up a little screenshot here to show you what that little totem looks like. So keep an eye out for those. And whenever you see one, make sure to work your way over to them and complete that particular mission, because that is how you'll unlock these little minions. And from what I believe, I think there's currently 11 total minions in the game as of right now. I only have 6 unlocked at the moment. I'm working on my next one currently as we speak. Yeah, they're all really, really cool, unique abilities. This guy here can drop down lightning strikes. The one I'm currently using summons a giant meteor. We've got other ones that give you boons, basically, like haste and Aegis for temporary boost to your speed and defense. So all kinds of unique abilities that you can activate on top of your normal combat combos from your class. So be sure to pick and choose them accordingly as well. And then last but not least, in regards to that light and heavy ability, if we head on over to the skills tab, this is where you're going to see the 4 different classes that you have available to you, as well as the class level. And as you're playing the class and ranking up, you're going to hit level milestones. All these different skills have a level requirement that you have to reach in order to unlock them. And at each level that you gain, you will get an additional skill point. And there's a limited number of skill points that you're going to have once you reach max level. So ideally, what you optimally want to do is strategically pick a combination of skills that synergize well together for the particular build style that you're trying to run. Right now, I have a burn heavy build on my pyro class, so all of the upgrades that I'm currently taking are ones that increase my burn damage when I'm in steer status, and or like spread burn to multiple enemies, things like that. So you want to strategically pick the combos that best suit your play style and or the style of build that you're trying to run. And again, you unlock those just by ranking up your class and equipping the different skill points. Last but not least, while we're in this little menu here, we can head over to expressions. No game would be a game without some emotes and stickers. There's a little Hot Wheel menu that you can do at the end of missions if you don't have a mic and things like that, that you can quickly equip to this little radial bar and summon pretty fast, which is nice. Moving on. The last thing I wanted to talk about while we're here is, in my opinion, the most important end game feature, and that is cosmetics. Fashion is always the end game. So the way fashion works is if we go over to our inventory, there is a special currency called a curio core, and what those curio cores do is they unlock premium curios. And if you go to the curios tab, this is where you'll see the list of available curios, premium curio stashes that you can unlock with those cores. And within each of those cool little mini battle passes, if you will, there will be multiple different cosmetic armor sets that you can unlock. And the best part about these curios is that once you use your core to unlock it, it will stay on your account forever. So as long as you spend your curio core and unlock this particular battle pass that you want before it gets removed from the in-game store, you will have it forever and you can unlock it at your own pace. You never have to worry about it disappearing or missing out. You can just daily earn up those little Ritz currencies and unlock them in whatever order you want. They're going to be set up in different tiers. So in tier 1, the requirement here to unlock tier 2 would be like claim 6 rewards. You can kind of see it right there in the top right hand corner. So once you claim 6 total rewards from the previous tiers, then the next tier unlocks, so on and so forth. And you just keep working your way down over time by completing those bounties from the bounty board. That's the main way that you get those writs. And then after a few weeks or so, you'll build up your collection of the writs and you can start unlocking these cosmetics. The other thing that you can do is also go to the in-game store, and there's a secondary currency that you use real money for called Belfry Bucks. These will allow you to buy different items and cosmetics straight up without having to unlock them through a battle pass. They have over in the cosmetics tab some different unique armor sets. These armor sets in the paid store will always be different from the ones that you collect from the different mini battle passes. And also you can unlock some additional things like emotes and stuff like that eventually, which is nice. So this is just another area where you can get some more unique cosmetics straight up. Now, for those of you that don't have money to spend on the game at the moment, fear not. They've actually just announced that they have a roadmap for Twitch drops. One of them is live right now over the next few weeks. I'll probably throw a little informational photo up right now. And just by logging in for 30 minutes and watching your favorite streamer that's playing Towerborne with drops enabled, they're going to have one new basically cosmetic armor piece for a Twitch exclusive cosmetic set, with one piece unlocking each new week. So right now, as you can see, this is the helmet and the first piece that's available on the Twitch drops. And this is what that one looks like. But next week, I think either the legs or the chest piece unlocks. So just by watching for 30 to 40 minutes, one time each week over the next few weeks, will eventually unlock a full unique cosmetic armor set for free. And if you're a Sentinel player, I believe you actually get a full sword and shield cosmetic as well for your weapon. So that's pretty dope for sword and shield mains. So keep an eye out for that. And that is how cosmetics work. Last but not least, I wanted to take a second to talk about multiplayer and the co-op features. So let's jump over to that. Towerborne is designed from the ground up for both solo and cooperative play, supporting up to 4 players. Drop in or drop out online co-op lets you join friends seamlessly whether you're on Xbox or PC, or you can locally play 4-player couch co-op style, which is always fun too. Players can work together to tackle difficult bosses, complete team-based objectives, and share loot, and the game also features dynamic difficulty scaling to ensure enemies adjust based on your current team size and player levels. With cross-play and cross-progression, you can switch between Xbox and PC without losing progress, making it super easy to play with friends on different platforms. Now, unlike the Banner Saga series, which was a single-player narrative-driven RPG, Towerborne is designed as a live service game, which means continuous updates, seasonal content, and expansions. The Towerborne seasons will introduce new regions to explore, new enemies and bosses, new gear, weapons, and classes, as well as new multiplayer challenges and live events. Stoic Studio has promised that player feedback will help shape future content, with community-driven decisions influencing all of their updates. And with the official launch of Towerborne on the 29th, we've actually gotten access to a really cool in-game event already called Shiro's Golden Journey. The devs recently dropped a killer trailer for it, so let's quickly check it out. Next, I wanted to take a second to talk about what, in my opinion, is probably the coolest part of Towerborne, and that is the art style. I'm a big fan of the graphics and soundtracks in games, being a professional visual effects artist myself. In games like Banner Saga, we had a darker, hand-drawn, Norse-inspired art style, but in Towerborne, we get this new, vibrant, painterly aesthetic that's inspired by some of our favorite animated films. I don't know about you guys, but I get a total Studio Ghibli-style art vibe from this game, and I absolutely love it. The game itself is built in the Unreal Engine with smooth, fluid combat animations. The dynamic lighting and weather effects add depth to the world, and the soundtrack blends orchestral music with atmospheric fantasy elements, creating a really immersive experience. So with all that being said, in terms of my final thoughts, I guess you could say, Towerborne, in my opinion, is a bold new direction for Stoic Studio. It blends fast-paced combat, deep RPG mechanics, and engaging co-op gameplay, which we honestly haven't seen done well in a really long time. And with its rich lore, evolving world, because it's a live service game, and the live service roadmap itself, Towerborne, in my opinion, is shaping up to be probably one of the most exciting multiplayer action RPGs of 2025. So I highly recommend you guys try it out. I know I've been having a blast. And again, if you want to try it, it is now available on Xbox Series X, S, and PC, as well as available on Xbox Game Pass and compatible with the Steam Deck. So gather your team and defend the Belfry. And on that note, you guys, if you enjoyed the video, if it got you hyped for Towerborne, be sure to smash that like button and comment down below. I appreciate all of your guys' feedback. Also, another huge shout out again to Stoic Studios for sponsoring the video. And if you want to keep up to date on my future content, consider subscribing and turn on that notification bell. Last but not least, if you want to join a killer community of like-minded gamers, feel free to check out the links down in the description and join us on the Discord. We've got over 1,000 members in our community now who are playing a huge variety of different games at this point. So hopefully you jump in and we see you guys around here soon. But until the next one, hope everyone has a great day, and we'll see you all later.